Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Easter week and I'm off this week, which is nice. Although I will be busy doing other things, I can spare a few hours up in my loft during the week to try and make progress on my freighter, space freighter, and that's what I intend to do. So we're beginning to having a look at that. We're going to sort of try and fill in all the gaps. I have decided that this is going to be left blank because building out from there ruins the symmetry of it. So I'm not going to do much more on this because I'm beginning to realize that the old maxim of less is more is actually quite valuable in model making. The more you put on, as I've said in the past, the worse it can get if you don't know the precise moment where to stop. So anyway, uh, so we're going to see what happens when I have filled in all the gaps and I have painted it with a primer to see what it actually looks like. But that's not to say that I am going to be adding a few more bits to pieces to it, because these parts which were originally stuck on here are going to sort of move forward to be on here, and which will give it the general idea of forward facing probes and stuff coming forward on that. So yes, so that's the idea for this particular freighter. But I'm also going to be working on this starship. Now this is almost totally nerf guns. Two rivals stuck together and some other nerf gun parts at the back, and I'm going to start building that up. Now originally this was looking like a cross between, well, originally it was going to be kind of my version of the Soloco from Alien, but it's grown now to sort of be a cross between the Soloco and one of those ships out of Halo, the Halo game. So yeah, so I'm working on that. And as you can see, my ships are sort of slowly, very slowly, decreasing in size because I've got to make my builds a little bit more manageable. So this is going to be a capital ship, but it's going to be of a medium size rather than a large one. I am still waiting for my paints to arrive. For some unknown reason, they haven't, so I can't start painting my other models at the moment, which is a nuisance, because I did want to start doing that over the Easter holidays, but while I'm twiddling my thumbs, these builds will be on my mind, and we'll be making some headway on those. So, yeah, yes, this particular Nerf gun build was begun some time ago, and I only just discovered it recently. I kind of abandoned it for a long time, but now I've come back to it. I've added more parts to it because I only had really those two Nerf bits stuck together. So I've added all the back bit recently, and well, we're going to see how far I can take that on that one. So two models to be working with this week. All right, onward and upward. Let's get going. So it's the end of the first day, and I have got this far with the fabrication of the capital ship, my Halo and Alien-inspired cruiser, star cruiser, and yeah, I think it's looking okay. It's beginning to take shape quite well. Um, I'm going to have to think about what to do at the top, whether I'm going to put a bridge on it or leave it flat like that. But I know I haven't painted it yet, and of course it will pop when it's painted. But I think the overall shape is interesting. I've just improvised a kind of stand for it, but I'll do a better one at some point. But yeah, this is looking okay. As I say, it really is more or less totally made up of Nerf gun parts, except for the white bit here, which is from a printer. The back is looking alright. I'll just turn it round and you can have a look at the back area. So this is the back area, and yeah, that's interesting. I'm using quite a lot of plastic card to fill in the gaps. I'm looking to make this. I'm going to put little bits of greeblies and little detail onto it, but I want it to look mainly very flat and panel, to give it a lot of panel lines, and with interspaced with small detailed areas, rather again like the Soloco, which has large areas of flat paneling and then small areas of detailing inside of it. But yeah, that's looking all right. That's looking all right. Let's just have a look at it from the front as well. So I'm obviously going to have to do quite a bit of work on the front, and as with the Soloco and other ships from the from that Halo universe, there'll be a lot of probes and coming out, sticking out into the front, rather like the probes that you see here on my other ship, which possibly is of the same scale, but that's what I've got to work on. That kind of idea at the front. But that's not bad for the end of the first day, and I'm going to have to go out and get myself some grey primer and spray the whole thing so that I can see the whole thing come together and see what I'm actually looking at. But I like also the sheen that I've got coming off of it, and the final paint job will have that kind of silken sheen coming off the paneling. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that shape there. That's looking good, and I will be returning to my freighter, which is sitting forlornly in dry dock, so to speak. But it's still there and it's not going away. But yes, trying to keep my table clean. So that's the work I've done today on the ship, and we'll continue it during the week. Right, onward and upward. Off we go. Right, so as you can see, I have continued with the construction of the what I'm calling my Halo cruiser. I think I'll call it a Halo cruiser. I have repurposed an old stand for it. I wanted it to be fitting more horizontal, but the back bit is too heavy for the front bit, so the thing has a slant. But I don't think it matters too much, because it gives it a kind of launch feel to it. It gives it a more dynamic look, perhaps. Anyway, I've started working on putting in more detail, as you can see. And the nice thing about this stand is that I can swing it around a bit, which I will do, like that. You can see the back here, and it swings around quite nicely. And the front has a nice profile to it as well. And I've started putting in greeblies along the trench. What I'm going to do is run out at some point today or tomorrow and get myself some more primer, so I can prime the ship, and I'll see more or less where I am with it. But I'm quite happy with the state of play at the moment. It's looking interesting. It's looking good, and it's actually coming out better than I thought it was going to do. Just turn it around a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, it is looking like a cross between the Soloco and a Halo ship, but it's okay. I think, yeah, I think it's looking all right. You can still see the freighter in the background. I haven't forgotten it. I've just been caught up with getting this, with getting the ship correct. I can actually take it off the stand as well if I need to be. But I'm glad that it actually fits onto a stand. I was getting a bit worried as to how I was going to display it. Right, onward and upward. Let's continue, and we'll crack on and see how far I can get this Easter holiday with it. Well, welcome to my garden. It's a nice day, so I did get out to apply the first coat of primer to the Star Cruiser, and as you can see, it's beginning to really pop now. A nice shade of grey, and I've got a very nice profile going on there. Now of course it's not finished because there's lots of little details to plug and sanding to do, because the primer is a little thick and we need it to be sanded down so that all of the marks can come out. But so far that's looking not bad at all. I'm waiting on a part that I've ordered from eBay, a little toy which I'm going to put on the top here to make a kind of bridge. I think I'm going to do that, because we'll see what it looks like. I might not use it. We'll see what the profile looks like with a bridge on. But the thing looks fine at the moment, and I think as I say, the model pops very nicely. Yeah, I'm more than surprised actually how the shape seems to work very well indeed. So happy with that. Just looking at the back there. Yeah, it looks nice from all angles, which is nice. Okay, well, continuing work. It's coming up to the weekend now, but I want to work through the weekend, do a bit more work on this and the freighter. So onward and upwards. Let's see how far I can continue. I might do a bit more work on this, or then swap over to the freighter. We'll see if my part arrives in the post before the weekend. But otherwise, I can just refine that, filling in the gaps as necessary. But yeah, happy with how that's looking at the moment. Okay. So I finished stage 1 of the Starship, my Star Cruiser build. As you can see, I have completed the bottom and primed it, and added some other bits to the sides, and that's the front and the other side, zooming in, and I think the profile really works nicely here. Yeah, there you are. You can get a nice shot of that looking nicely there. I'm still waiting for the top, for the bit at the top, because I'm going to look at the see if I can add a bridge to it, see what that looks like. It might add something to it, or then again it might not, but I'm pleased with the overall shape of that. That's looking nicely there, and that's the other side. And as you can see, the yeah, the shape has really come along nicely there. I'm really happy with that how it looks. Now, I have spent quite a long time on this, probably more time than I expected to do, because I'm running out of time now over the weekend to continue doing modelling. I've got other things to do, but I think it was worth it, because I did want to get this thing as completed as I possibly could. Now here's the thing, I mean, I started this one, which is a much bigger Starship, obviously, about 2 years ago. I still haven't completed it, but I learnt a lot in its construction, and what I did learn is that it's too busy. I've probably put too much detail on this. I don't know what it's going to look like when I finish painting it, because I will finish painting it. I want to do it within the next few weeks to finish it off, but it is a highly detailed model, and I have learned over the last 2 years that if you do less, you can make something look a lot more realistic. And that's why, in an odd way, although this one is a lot smaller than the one upstairs in my loft, I think this one works better, because there's more paneling on it, and the thing looks more realistic by choosing which areas to detail and which areas to leave blank with proper panelling. So yeah, I think this one works better than the one upstairs, but I treat it as a learning curve and a learning process. But I'm much happier with the look of this one than the one upstairs, which is odd because obviously that one upstairs is a lot busier. Now I have run out of time, so I've not managed to do what I said I was going to do, which was get round to my freighter, which is now standing end on end in the loft. I've done a little bit of panelling, but not as much as I wanted to. So that's the next big job, is to get on with this and to make headway with this. But I've run out of time on this weekend to do so. But during the week I will get back to it. And the good news is that my paints have arrived. Yippee! So I can now get on with some painting properly. So that's for next time. It's getting there, and the as I say, the one in the front, my starship, well, I'll show you the starship once again. My starship here has progressed very nicely, thank you very much, and still more little details to add. I want to there's still some holes to cover and a proper paint job, but yes, over the weekend, very happy with the shape of that. That's come on very well, nicely. So guys, I wish you a happy Easter. It's now Good Friday, and have a good Easter weekend, and I'll speak to you again very, very shortly. Have a good week, and speak to you soon. Bye now.